Hey Junior, it's been a while since you wandered off the company to start your own indie development gaming company, and we notice you have been having a lot of success, and we want to know what's the secret to that. Secret? There's no secret, man. One thing that definitely helped was asking for a fair price, having demos available, and a small focus scope. That is weird. I didn't hear you say anything about short-term gains, pleasing shareholders, a way to generate revenue quickly, maybe cutting some corners, abusing customer trust, maybe? Are you crazy? These are very short-term strategies that might last a couple of years, but will definitely have some major consequences for you. This is not the way to go. Definitely a bad choice. I see what you're talking about. I can see now. So basically, you're telling me to maybe charge real money for blood and ammunition on the game, right? What the fuck? Gaming demos are everywhere. It seems the games that we love, the indies of course, are getting more and more demos by the day. I wanted to try and dissect the many reasons why this is happening, why we are seeing so many demos on Steam, on PC gaming especially, right? What are the impacts of this for customers and developers alike? And what the future might hold for gaming in general and gaming demonstrations? So, as you might probably already know, a gaming demonstration, or demo for short, is usually a vertical slice of the game where you can have a good taste of the core gameplay and the gameplay loop, you know. It is where you can have a sense of what the game is all about, and if you enjoy that gameplay loop, world building, the story, the art style, or anything that can actually hook to make you want more of that game and helping you consider if it is worth buying or not. Games used to have demos all around back in the day. I still remember getting to know Full Throttle game, the point and click game, through a demonstration CD disc that I bought from a magazine. I don't know, my parents bought me something like that. But it seems that as time passed, some AAA companies realized they didn't really need the demos, and maybe investing in trailers and generating hype through other means without giving any free sample of the game was the actual way to go. Maybe some, free gameplay tests on events, but nothing like open digitally to the public. I might be wrong here, but I don't recall that demos were strong after the mid-2000s, 2010 moving forward, and what I researched didn't show anything that demos were high in that period, right? I believe that one thing that really started to change the market was Steam's policy on returning the games, right? If you played for 2 hours or less, and you purchased the game less than 14 days ago, you are entitled to an automatic refund. No questions asked, you just ask for a refund, and a couple of days later, you get your money back. I think this was the thing that started to change customer perception on value of games and what's fair when purchasing a digital license for a game, right? Because you have license on Steam, guys, do not forget that. We don't own our games on Steam. And I think that was the beginning of the feeling of what a demonstration of a game would be, right? You play 2 hours, if you don't like, you ask for your money back. And I think that started, to leave that room for a while. Maybe we can have that experience, a more curated experience. Instead of the player experience the initial steps of the game, maybe we can have a demo, and he can play a more well-paced demonstration so he can understand the gameplay loop, and maybe we can have more customers doing that. But I think the big shift was back in 2019, if I'm correct, that Steam Next Fest started. It was initially called Steam Games Festival, and it started a tradition of releasing thousands of games, maybe hundreds of demos for games, and it really stands out. It really helped a lot of people to connect with a lot of games. I personally, from my own experience, I got to know games like Ghost Runner, which is amazing fast-paced first-person platformer with combat. It's a really nice game, and I actually really want to play that game on the channel. Tell me in the comments if you want to see me playing Ghost Runner. I also got to know Web, amazing cute spider platformer game where you control a spider and you can use webs to create new platforms and other interactivity with the scenario, really cool games, and I got to know those playing the demos. I got to know maybe hundreds of many interesting games through demos on both Steam and Nextfest, and Steam in general just recommending me some great indie games to play. And looking outside of my personal experience, it is clear that my friends and other players love the amount of demos being released. Not only because of the fairness in the proposition of trying a slice before paying for the full course, but also because it's a fast way to get to know a lot of games and decide which are the best for you. But are these demos only good for customers? Well, I tried looking into some developers' opinions about it, some research, what some people were writing, and well, admittedly it was a quick research for doing this video, nothing too deep. I think I can see a clear picture, you know, of the general impact of demonstrations in games. I think it paints a clear picture of what generally happens with the demos, the impacts, and if it is a good approach or not. First of all, demos will obviously drain time and resource as compared to not doing them. But you also need to take into account that if you don't spend time in creating a demo to promote your game, you will definitely need to invest more time into the promotion through other means, maybe trailers, events, some sort of social media promotion, paying streamers. There is always a cost related to promoting your game and getting customers to actually want to buy your game, and a demo is a way to do that. With that in mind, it seems a little bit hard to pinpoint if a demo exactly means more or less work if compared to other forms of marketing. It depends on really a lot of factors, like how well established your company and the gaming franchise you're releasing are. Do you have a strong community? What's your game competing against? So how big you are, how much money you have to move around, how big the game is. There is a lot of factors. So I will try to approach this in a more general sense. Let me tell you from experience, doing a vertical slice of your game is a great way to pinpoint the strengths and weaknesses of your game, and if you can also convert that into a marketing tool, a playable demonstration, to hook more wishlists and maybe even more sales. That smells like a win-win to me, in trade of work or money you would already spend in marketing anyway. Okay, so if the effort is kinda hard to pinpoint and tell exactly if it will be more or less effort, what about the effects? What are the results of a demo? Obviously, as anything in game development, having a demo doesn't actually translate in more sales. It doesn't necessarily mean it will help your game in any way, shape or form. But in a general sense, it seems that usually it is good to try and go for the demo approach. More often than not, we got some examples of games that exploded and they had demos. So did they explode after the demo was released? Maybe it exploded after some streamer played the demo. Maybe your cover art or Steam page or even the trailers are not that good to convey what your game is actually about, or if it really is that fun to play. Having a demo might help people of that niche get more convinced to buy your game. Some might argue that a game demo might hurt sales if the loop is not that good, but then would your game really be successful without the demo? Maybe a couple more fools would have bought it, but is that really good for the industry? Even for you? Maybe your initial gameplay loop's not solid, and the demo negative feedback can actually help you improve your game before release, even allowing for a second demo to gather more info. But the real deal, guys, is when someone famous plays your game. If Moist Critical, Asmongold or XQC just happens to stumble upon your game demo and they just want to stream 1 or 2 hours playing your game, you might get a huge influx of players into your game, and obviously not all those players will convert into sales, but in crude raw numbers, maybe you get much higher sales, and that might be enough for you to achieve sustainability, or might be the final push your game needed to get into the mainstream media attention. Megabonk, Balatro and even Hades 2 had a demo, although it is obviously that Hades 2 had a road paved to success. It was the second game, the franchise was already well established, people really wanted the game, but as I said, there are different cases and uses for demos with different type of games, scenarios they are in. Some will be more confident or more well known, and they will give just a small snippet so you can confirm it is what you expect. Some will have timed demos available for a small time to promote the game, The Authors, a game that I loved, beat, and I have a review here on the channel. Go check it out. I think the game is really good. They had a demo for a small amount of time before the game was released to help promote things and also to get more customers to be confident in purchasing the game on day one. Some will give you more hours into the game, and people might disagree on the effectiveness of offering too much on a free version of the game. So Madman, like the developer of Songs of Syx, a solo dev game, he has like an older version of the game. I believe by this point, there has been some time that I checked, I don't know if he still has a demo, but he had like an older version of his game, and it was like the full game, and you could just play start to early game to late game, and like if you wanted the game you could purchase or not, you could just play the demo forever, which some might argue hurts the sales of the game, but to me I think that is a bold move. And I honestly totally recommend Songs of Syx. Go check it out, go play. This is not a sponsored video, but I am 100% biased. I love that game. It's kind of Dwarf Fortress meets Total War, Warhammer. It's really amazing. You guys should really check it out. We have many examples of many games approaching these demos at different levels, with different availability, content, time that the demo's up, etc. And again, while the results are not guaranteed, more often than not, the effort is worth for all the reasons I listed. Devs have constantly reported that well-timed demos result in more wishlist to sales conversion, creates a bigger community, and has a bigger chance of catching a streamer's attention. Plus, it helps you improve on your core gameplay based on player feedback. Okay, with that in mind, why am I so excited about gaming demos? Do they help the sales or what? Well, first of all, I don't think this will change the market in a way that all the games moving forward will have demos, because this will be the new standard. Although we customers are definitely rewarding that behavior, some games can simply afford not to have demos and still sell pretty well. That's why I was saying it really depends on the size of the game, how well established the franchise and the company are. But these big guys might still use demos for like closed tests, open public tests, servers, things like that that they can use to give free versions of the game, so players can try, give their feedback, free feedback for the company, and the players also get to play a little bit of the game, test it out, check how the game is, and decide if the game is going on a direction they like. Obviously, some companies will be afraid of having a demonstration of the game, due to a number of reasons. Like, I would imagine that Electronic Arts with Madden or FIFA wouldn't want to have free demos of the games where people realize, hey, it's just like last year's game, maybe I will not buy. I'm pretty sure they want the customers from the old games, you know, to buy their annually releases, so they probably doesn't make sense for them to have demos. But what makes me super excited is that we can quickly connect with more indie devs and reach games that we would maybe think twice before buying. I can't speak for everyone, but demos have convinced me to buy games that I wouldn't buy otherwise. It's kind of a Game Pass effect. What do I mean by that? I played some games on Game Pass, like I purchased Dead Cells after a while because I wanted to have, you know, a more permanent access to their game as compared to what I had on Game Pass. So this happens a lot. Sometimes I play a game on Game Pass and I decide, oh my god, this is so good, I want to play it more, I want to have it on my account, I want to have more access to it, and then I decide to buy it on Steam or Good Old Games, the GOG platform, and this is what I call a Game Pass effect. And I think the demos do that. Sometimes I play the demo and I'm like, okay, this game is not for me. Like I played White Knuckles a while back on the channel, and I really enjoyed the game, but it was kinda not for me, so I don't think I'll buy it when it releases, but does not mean it's a bad game. But then I got other games that I really want to play after playing the demo, like Nights in Tight Spaces is one that I recall, that I already bought it. I think the demo for Fall of Avalon, really nice indie Skyrim game, really cool. So I think the demo has that same purpose, get you hooked on a gameplay loop that you really enjoy and you're like, man, I want that full experience, this is worth my hard-earned cash. And this is what excites me about the scenario we are in, where game demos are so prevalent. I feel like I have experienced more cool games than ever, and I can safely feel hyped for the ones the demos already look good, because I'm sure I will at least spend a dozen hours playing that cool loop that I enjoyed. And if the opposite happens, I end up not enjoying the gameplay experience, at least I got to know what the game is about and I don't waste their statistic with a purchase and a bad review or a refund. And in case of streamers or even word of mouth, that alone can still convert into other sales if other people like the game and got to know it through that person that actually didn't like it. Just as my example with the White Knuckles demo that I played the other day on my stream. Yeah, and as I said, I have been playing demos recently on my channel, and I usually while I'm playing, I'm giving my honest feedback. Some people join the live and watch it, and they can also see the game. Maybe I'm not enjoying the game, but maybe the game has something that they are enjoying. So I really see a lot of benefits, at least for indies, in doing this type of approach to the promotion of your game. I think it is a great way to promote indie games and reach a higher audience with your cool ideas, and also an amazing way to pre-test your gameplay loop and make sure things are tight. Indies and some double A's have been bringing a lot of improvement, innovation, and even challenging whole standards of game development and marketing, while keeping the standard of asking for a fair price and being accessible. This is why they are getting a bigger share on the gaming industry revenue pie. Customers are being drawn into what's fair and accessible. And it seems demos are the road towards fairness and accessibility in an industry that was rushing to remove access and give less while asking for more. And that's it, my guys. This is the video. I really enjoy how much demos are flooding the indie market right now. I honestly feel that this actually helps me connect with more indie games instead of, being a more attention divisor, I want to know your opinions about it. Do you think gaming demos are helping? Do you feel like you got to know better games through that? Do you think the practice is fair? Do you think it hurts the developers? Are you a developer? What is your opinion? Are you a customer? What's your take? I want to know your opinion, guys. If you are new here, please leave a like and subscribe. Follow me for more. Leave a dislike if you didn't like the video. Tell me in the comments what is your opinion, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you very much, and bye bye.